Child, the amount of mess that's about to happen over the next 2 weeks is going to be crazy. Here we go. Shout out to the New York Post. We wondering why ain't nobody trying to talk about none of this because, the word on the curb is that Doug Emhoff is the man that all men should be like. In case you haven't heard it, that's what they are saying. Second gentleman Doug Emhoff's ex speaks out about alleged 2012 assault at Cannes Film Festival. I saw his dark side. So this is hot off the press, came out 9:40 a.m. EST on the 24th. A former girlfriend of second gentleman Doug Emhoff said she was left embarrassed and humiliated when he slapped her following a gala dinner at the 2012 Cannes Film Festival in the south of France, adding that the husband of Vice President Kamala Harris has maintained a completely fabricated persona as a public figure. Now, let me go ahead and say, only by those that want to ignore facts. We already know about this. Why this is just coming out at the New York Post, even though I think that's where we got it from before, and why nobody seems to want to talk about it is beyond me, especially with regard to the nanny. Child, I don't know which one is worse. Y'all let me know which one is worse. Doug does the nanny or Doug does Cannes. That's what we're going to call it, all right? It's either Doug does the nanny or Doug does Cannes. All right. Y'all let me know which one is worse. The woman, a New York attorney, identified only as Jane, told the Daily Mail in an interview published Thursday she was trying to hand a valet the equivalent of $100 to get her and Emhoff to the head of a taxi line when her beau struck. As I'm talking to him, Doug got out of the line, comes up, turns me around by my right shoulder. I'm completely caught off guard. I'm not bracing. I am in 4-inch heels wearing a full-length gown, and it's between 2 to 3 a.m., she told the outlet. He slaps me so hard, I spin around, and I am in utter shock. So that's the equivalent of having your head knocked between the washer and the dryer, y'all. All right, that's what Black people say, allegedly. There had been no fight, no argument, she added. In that moment, his mask had dropped and I saw his dark side. Ma'am, hopefully you ran, child. Hopefully you ran. 3 friends of Jane came forward earlier this month with the initial allegations against Emhoff, 2 of whom heard about it from her immediately after the incident, and 1 she told about it 6 years later in 2018. Now, come on now. Ma'am, is there a picture? Because I don't want to hear about the friend who heard about it 6 years later. I don't want to hear from her. Somebody who at least was there after it happened and consoled her when she was crying or something like that. Now, if they was at Cannes, then there should be footage, right? You would think that there would be footage. Interesting. What's frightening for a woman that's been on the other end of it is watching the completely fabricated persona being portrayed, Jane told the Daily Mail, and explaining why she decided to come forward. Ma'am, then what's your name, child? What is your name? Where's the picture? Don't blur it out. Where you at? Show us the heels. He's being held out to be the antithesis of who he actually is. And that is utterly shocking. We got second gentleman Doug Emhoff posing for selfies with supporters of his wife, Democratic presidential nominee, Vice President Cam. A spokesperson for Emhoff has vehemently denied the accusations, telling Semaphore any suggestion that he would or has ever hit a woman is false. Well, where are all the women and the feminists that should be coming out against Doug? Because as soon as you hear one thing about any other man, it's automatically true. Now, this is not me defending anybody, but can we go down the list? Where's all this for Doug? Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Nothing? Crickets? Child, the hypocrisy abounds. Jane and Emhoff met on Match.com in 2012 while she was residing in New York and he in Los Angeles, according to the report. The pair went on their first date in March of that year, and Emhoff invited his eldest son, Cole, to join them. Brought the babies in. In retrospect, it should have been a red flag, said Jane, who described their fling as an intense few months. He flew me to Los Angeles in April 2012. So isn't that ex-trafficking? Allegedly. I stayed in his home for a week. I'm sorry. Is that not now considered to be ex-trafficking? The entire time he was alluding to marriage and having children with me, she revealed. He was totally love bombing me. Child, that is not a real thing. Maybe it is for these Zaz though, child. Maybe it is for the millennial and the Zaz. He love bombed me. Then you turn around, men don't say nothing to you. He treated me badly. He didn't show me any love or affection. You can't win. He grabbed me around the stomach and talked about wanting more babies. Child, shout out to the nanny. Both Jane and her current husband are registered Democrats who backed President Biden in both the 2020 primary as well as the general election and donated more than $10,000 to his campaign. After Emhoff allegedly struck her during that booze-filled night in France, Jane remembers being utterly stunned. The only thing I could think to do was slap him back. Shout out to her. You go, girl. You go, girl. I slapped him on one side and on the other cheek with the other hand, she recounted. All of a sudden, the car was there. The valet is ushering me in. I intended to go back to the hotel without him, so I was shutting the car door, but he forced his way into the car, which I did not want. I'm embarrassed and humiliated that this amazing experience turned into this violent spectacle, she remembered thinking. I can't believe he just slapped me. I think I said to him in the car, what the hell is wrong with you? Why did you do that? And the only thing I could get out of him was he thought I was hitting on the valet. Valet must have been younger than him. During the car ride, she made sure to reach out to a friend from New York to apprise him of what happened. That person was one of 3 sources to corroborate her account to the Daily Mail. I was in shock. I wanted somebody to know where I was and what happened. I was freaked out because I thought I knew this person, but I don't, and he's in the car with me, she added. I also wanted Doug to see me on the phone telling somebody. Jane claimed she already had reservations about Emhoff, now 60, after he admitted he had cheated on his first wife, Kirsten Mackin, with Nanny Naylor, the nanny of Emhoff's daughter, Ella, getting the woman pregnant in the process. Why does no one seem to want to talk about this? But you want to say that he's the model that men should take after? He got the whole nanny pregnant. The nanny that was pregnant to his own damn daughter. I can't take you hypocrites. I can't take you. All I did, well, listen, ma'am, if you heard that story and he allegedly told you and you still dealt with him, child, I got to be a little bit like, girl, I'm going to need you to get it together. I'm going to need you to get it together. Shout out to the wife that said, we ain't got time for this. And she divorced that ass. All I did was ask him one question and he told me the whole story, she said, recalling the conversation in April 2012. He's telling me this very casually, like it's no big deal. He yelled at her. He never said he hit her, but he said he got really angry with her. And she subsequently claimed that whatever he did caused her to lose the pregnancy. Ooh, a pattern. To be honest, I wanted to believe him at the time. Girl, because by all appearances, this was turning into a serious relationship. Girl, everybody's crazy. Just be ignoring the red flags, child. Just be ignoring the red flags. I had just met both his children, his parents, and many people he worked with at the law firm VENMO, but I did harbor reservations after this. Jane added that Emhoff revealed that he had gotten Naylor to agree to an $80,000 non-disclosure agreement as part of a settlement. Wow, where is the baby? The day after the alleged slap, Jane claimed Emhoff was unapologetic and suggested that the two were even because she had slapped him back. About a week later, after the alleged assault, she confided the ordeal to a friend who had previously worked with Emhoff at VENMO and claimed he had a bad reputation with women there. Wow. So no one is looking into this. No one ever thought about discussing this, bringing this up, finding out who these women were. What is the reputation? What is he doing? Since all this is about women, y'all only care as women when it makes you look good and when it allegedly puts you in power. But this type of story with this man, you want to ignore. Child, you cannot make it up. Daily Mail previously reported on accusations from the future second gentleman's former colleagues at VENMO that he was inappropriate in MSG toward his female colleagues. Emhoff raised another red flag with Jane prior to, come on now. Let me pause for a second, child. Let me pause for a second. Even outside of this story with this woman here, even outside of the slap her around the world, which is very significant, okay, because it's physical and people need to keep their daggone hands to their daggone self. Let's go ahead and ignore the fact that she ignored the red flags. She didn't miss them. She just ignored them for whatever her reasons were. Let's just go ahead and allege that it's probably because he had money and she was on the come up. But this thing about the nanny, come on now, the whole ass nanny to his daughter, the daughter that they trying to push off as cams, allegedly. He got the whole nanny pregnant. Not even that he had an affair. When Arnold Schwarzenegger did it, they certainly was talking about it. But nobody wants to talk about it with Doug because they want her reputation to look so good and get her in so badly just so that they can have a damn symbolic moment. Come on now. Come on now. This is so clear and obvious. This is crazy. We went outside and sat on the lounger, she recalled. I'm in a bikini. He walked to take a picture of me. I didn't think anything of it. Later on, he sent me a couple of pictures. The picture he took of me did not include my head. Well, weren't you his girlfriend at that point, y'all? He was just giggling about it like a pubescent boy. She added, it was gross and I felt so humiliated. In retrospect, I believe he was intentionally objectifying me to diminish me. Girl, what? If that was your man, you don't want him to look at you. Girl, shut up. Now you're starting to grate on my nerves because now you're talking silly. He took a picture of you. Were you not there when he took the damn picture? And he sent a picture of your body. Man, don't talk about your body. You think there's something wrong with him. You're going to call him A, B, C, D. You can't win. You cannot win. Good luck to you, gentlemen. SY, CBM. As the wife guy that had reshaped the perception of masculinity. They don't want masculinity to mean what masculinity used to mean. They want masculinity to mean that you're basically a biatch. And y'all can have it. Y'all can have it because that's not what I'm looking for. And any normal woman ain't looking for that. Don't nobody want a pussy ass husband. I said it, I meant it. Don't no woman want no pussy ass, bitch ass husband. If that's what you want, go on and get it. But do not speak for the rest of us. Do not speak for the rest of us. This is not a reshaped perception. That's your perception, not reshaped. Women want strong men who are able to handle business, who work, who take care of family, who take care of home, who take care of what needs to be done and will do and is willing to do what needs to be done for the sake of the daggone family. Head of the daggone family, supportive, caring, kind, but able to say what needs to be said when it needs to be said and get done what needs to be done. None of this pussy ass stupid shit. Child, now I'm getting mad. Every time I see Doug on TV portraying the persona of a perfect spouse and non-toxic man, I wonder if Najan is watching too and feeling as disgusted as I am, Jane reflected. Well, why ain't she come out and talk to them about, oh yeah, she got money for the non-disclosure agreement. I've been telling this story to my friends and I kept saying, this is a big deal. Why doesn't anybody in the media care? Great question. Great question, Cha. Great question. And apparently nobody did, she told the Daily Mail. Not a single reporter has directly asked Doug about these allegations. When some news organizations re-reported your reporting, they even left out the claim that the teacher had become pregnant. I was livid. It's just so clear what's happening. I'm so disgusted. Shout out to the mainstream media. The Post contacted both the Harris Waltz campaign and the office of the VP for comment. We know they ain't gonna answer nothing. In retrospect, Jane told the Daily Mail the assault was the best thing that could possibly have happened because his mask dropped and I realized I shouldn't waste another moment with him. So that's the washer and dryer story that we already knew, that no one wants to talk about, that people want to ignore and act like he's just the best man in the world, but got all this smoke for Garth Brooks and Diddy and Matt Lauer and everybody else, but ignore good old Dougie. Is it racism? What is it? Y'all let me know what it is. I think it's complete and utter bullshit. Y'all be careful out there. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. I see you all in the next one.
You know better than to feed me anything because I do not care.